back trailing to this other woman, because that's embarrassing for a woman. Cheating, it's not right.
No, it's not.
You're not
Period.
supposed to do it, period.
No, you're not.
But it's how they do it. And the thing for me is disrespect for cheating. You keep making a laughing stock out of her. That's a lot to take for a woman, and a woman of her caliber.
Being a victim all the time.
Ooh,
It gets on my nerves.
So I'm glad everybody just heard everything Martell said.
No,
and then
because
Martell said I'm playing the
well,
victim.
I wish one day people will see the person that you really are.
I'm tired of hearing you saying that. Know that. I'm tired of hearing you say that.
Because it was the truth. You would have been gone and asked for a divorce a long time ago. So don't sit here and act like that's the truth.
Let me tell you something about karma. It doesn't rush, it doesn't send a warning, it doesn't care how charming you are, how many Instagram followers you have, or how confidently you smile for the camera. Karma simply waits, quietly, patiently, until the moment is just right. And when it finally shows up, it doesn't knock on the door, it kicks it wide open. At 42 years old, Martell Holt is learning that lesson in the hardest way possible. The life he built, the image, the reputation, the carefully curated version of himself he sold to the world is crumbling, brick by brick. And the woman he once publicly humiliated, Melody Shari, is not just surviving, she is absolutely thriving. This is a story about consequences, about resilience, and about what happens when the truth finally catches up with someone who spent years running from it. Buckle up, because this one is going to hit different.
So that's why when you talk about stuff about being where we are, being in the good place we are, and then no, we're not. Even watching you, Miss Nail, watching her come out screaming and hollering and crying.
To understand where Martell Holt is today, you have to understand where he started and how high he truly believed he could fly. Long before the cameras rolled on Love Marriage Huntsville, Martell was building something real. He and Melody were college students who turned their relationship into a business empire. They started Holt & Holt Entrepreneurship, a real estate and construction company that became the foundation of everything they worked toward together. On paper, they looked like the dream, a beautiful black couple, driven and ambitious, raising 4 children while building generational wealth. That was the story they told, and for a while, people believed it because it looked so good from the outside. But the truth? The truth was messier than any highlight reel could ever show. Melody poured herself into that partnership, not just as a business partner, but as a wife, a mother, a woman who genuinely believed in the life they were building together. She showed up every single day. She raised their kids, she worked on their business, she invested in her husband's vision, even when it came at a personal cost to her. And behind all of that sacrifice, behind all of that loyalty, Martell was living a completely different life. What started as rumors, vague whispers that fans noticed here and there, eventually exploded into undeniable reality. Martell had been carrying on a long-term affair, not a one-time mistake, not a moment of weakness, but a sustained, deliberate betrayal that had been hiding right underneath the picture-perfect marriage. And when it came out, it didn't just hurt Melody privately, it destroyed her publicly, on national television, in front of millions of viewers who had been rooting for them. The humiliation was real, the pain was raw, and Martell, he handled it the way he always handled the hard stuff, by deflecting, minimizing, and making it somehow about himself. That was the beginning of the unraveling. Now, here's where the story takes a turn that nobody saw coming. Or maybe, if we're being honest, everybody saw coming but hoped wouldn't happen. After the affair became public, Martell didn't do what most people in his position would at least try to do. He didn't fall back. He didn't humble himself. He didn't spend quiet time fixing the damage he'd caused. Instead, he kept pushing. He kept poking. He continued a pattern of behavior that, according to Melody, went far beyond infidelity. And it was that behavior, that refusal to stop, that need for control even after the marriage was over, that eventually marched him directly into a courtroom. Melody filed for a protective order against Martell, and she didn't do it lightly. This was not a woman acting out of anger or trying to score points in a messy divorce. She came with receipts. She cited harassment. She cited threats. She cited behavior designed to intimidate her, including one of the most disturbing allegations to come out of the entire situation. There were claims that Martell had used private, intimate footage as a tool to threaten and control her. Let that sink in for a second. This was not a man trying to co-parent peacefully. This was not a man trying to move on. This was a man still trying to maintain power over a woman who had already walked away. But Melody did not fold. Instead of retreating in shame or fear, she walked straight into that courtroom and told the truth. She laid everything out: the harassment, the threats, the manipulation, all of it. And the court listened. The judge agreed that the situation was serious enough to require legal protection. Martell was hit with a suspended sentence, placed on probation, and ordered to keep his distance from Melody. Just like that, the man who had spent years acting untouchable was now being held accountable by a system that doesn't care about your TV credits or your real estate portfolio. But wait, because the legal drama didn't stop there. The custody battle over their 4 children had been dragging on for what felt like an eternity. And in that fight, Martell tried everything. He challenged Melody's parenting. He questioned her fitness as a mother. He made accusations that, to many who were watching, felt more like desperation than truth. Melody, for her part, never crumbled. She kept showing up for her kids. She kept her composure, even on her most painful days, because she knew what mattered most. And the court saw it too. The judge ruled in Melody's favor, not just because the evidence supported her, but because Martell's own history and behavior had spoken loudly enough to tip the scales. He was ordered to undergo psychological evaluations. He was ordered to attend family counseling. His claims about Melody being an unfit parent were looked at, weighed, and dismissed without merit. Everything he had thrown at her bounced right back. And in the end, the woman he had tried so hard to tear down was the one left standing tall. Social media didn't stay quiet about any of this. Fans who had followed the show since day one started flooding the comments with support for Melody. Even people who had once been on the fence, those who had given Martell the benefit of the doubt, who had believed his version of events, began to turn. When you see the receipts laid out in black and white, when court orders start piling up and judges start ordering psychological evaluations, it becomes very difficult to keep pretending that someone is just a misunderstood good guy. The narrative shifted, publicly, loudly, and permanently. What made it even more pointed was when someone close to Martell's current partner, the woman he had the affair with, actually voiced support for Melody. That one detail hit different. It said everything without saying anything at all. You have to stop and think about what this entire ordeal actually cost Melody Shari, not just in legal fees or time, but emotionally. This woman had to sit across from the father of her children in a courtroom and listen to him question her character. She had to face the reality that someone she had loved, trusted, and built a life with had allegedly weaponized her privacy against her. She had to process betrayal, public humiliation, harassment, and a prolonged legal battle, all while still being a present, stable mother to 4 kids who needed her. That is not easy. That is not something you just shake off. The kind of trauma that comes from that level of betrayal doesn't disappear because a judge signs a paper. It sits with you. It changes you. It makes you question things about yourself, about people, about love that you never wanted to question. And yet, somehow, Melody came through it, not just intact, but transformed. She launched new businesses. She stepped into music. She became more vocal about her journey, using her platform to speak to women who were silently going through their own versions of what she had survived. She became something beyond a reality TV personality. She became a symbol. A real, human, flawed, resilient symbol of what it looks like to choose yourself when the world expects you to shrink. Her kids watch their mother choose strength every single day, And one day, when they're old enough to fully understand the weight of what she carried, they will be proud of her in a way that no court ruling or social media victory could ever fully capture. Here's what this story ultimately comes down to. Martell Holt had everything: a beautiful family, a thriving business, a platform that millions of people tuned in to watch every week. He had a partner who genuinely loved him, who fought for their marriage longer than most people would have, and he chose repeatedly and deliberately to throw it away. He chose the affair, he chose the control, he chose the manipulation, and now, at 42 years old, he is sitting inside the consequences of every single one of those choices. His public image is fractured, his legal record carries weight that won't disappear, and the love and respect of fans who once rooted for him have largely evaporated. That's not a punishment handed down by anyone. That's the natural result of who he decided to be when nobody was supposed to be looking. Karma doesn't always arrive dramatically. Sometimes it looks like a court order. Sometimes it looks like a judge dismissing your accusations one by one. Sometimes it looks like the woman you tried to break standing on the other side of the courtroom, head held high, walking out into a future you no longer have any access to. Melody Shari isn't just coming out on top, she's rewriting her own story, on her own terms, in her own time, and she's doing it beautifully. She's proof that healing isn't linear, that strength doesn't mean never breaking, and that sometimes the best revenge really is living an incredible life. As for Martell, there's still time. There is always time. But growth requires honesty, and honesty requires a kind of humility that so far he hasn't shown the world. Whether that changes is entirely up to him. Nobody can walk that road for him. But one thing is clear, the story of Melody Shari is far from over, and something tells me the chapters still ahead of her are going to be her best ones yet. So, what do you think? Do you believe Martell can truly change, or has he already sealed his own fate? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear everything. If this story moved you, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we are just getting started. More truth, more stories, more moments that matter. This is the channel where the drama ends and the real conversation begins.